questions? Can we move on to the summer yet?
Coach, how'd you come up with the idea in the way that you gave Fleck a scholarship?
That's the advantage of being a 6th grade social studies teacher and having a lot of teaching and education and how to do things creatively, I guess. That was pretty much it. We just kind of talked about in the staff meeting at one point, just brought up to everybody that we got to do something fun here, you know, in the last week, and we came up with the holiday egg hunt. And, you know, as we started to go through, Garrett Chernoff, our GM, actually brought up, hey, why don't we take the Blake scholarship and kind of intertwine this somehow, some way. So we put our brains together, and the girls up front, our recruiting department, we all kind of got together and made it happen. So it came together about in a day. You know, so when you go out and buy 1,000 eggs in one day and you kind of put this together, it's pretty amazing what you can do in a short amount of time with just elite people around you. And very proud of the progress they made. I mean, it was amazing. We had a 1,000 egg hunt. We were able to give Blake a scholarship and then also go to Fogo de Chao. I mean, it was like, so they deserve it though. They've worked really hard this spring.
What is it about his character that you felt he was deserving of?
Well, he hadn't even played in the spring. That's the thing. But when one, I watched film from last year. But two, when you watch him interact with his teammates and you look in his eyes, you can see the how, you can see the fire and the spirit. Everything he does at an elite level. You know, and I'm talking all 4 areas of his life: academically, athletically, socially, spiritually. And if you do the right things and you do it at an elite level and you change your best every day, you're going to have an ability and a possibility of earning a scholarship. And I don't think there's anybody more deserving than him. I mean, you talk about a bowl MVP of last year, it's still a walk-on. I don't understand that. And he definitely deserves it. And I can't wait to get him back. I really can't wait to get him back.
Just so we have it, every player got an egg that said something to the effect of Blake Cashman's going to get a scholarship, and his said something different?
No, they all said the same thing.
Okay.
So they all had an egg taped to their chair on the left. They were told to take the tape off, hold the egg in the air, because you do not open the egg. Nobody opened the egg. And then we all gave a count of 3. They opened the egg, and it said Blake Cashman scholarship, and everybody went nuts. And it was tremendous. It was such a pure reaction. But that's, if you kind of look at what we've done, even at Western Michigan, we've done so many of these in very, very creative ways. Because I think the most important thing about this is creating a moment and a memory that'll last a lifetime. If you look back at some of the things we did at Western Michigan with Sylvester Stallone, and he'll always remember that, right? I know this, Blake will always remember the day he got a scholarship. If it's just handed to you or just sign the papers and nobody's around, you're not going to remember it very much. You might remember it, but nobody else is, right? Those are the moments and memories that connect the football team. And we've got a long way to go to connect them, but everything we do like that brings us a little bit closer together.
What impact could the rain have Saturday?
I don't know. I only see 68. That's all I see, right? I'm not really sure. I haven't coached here yet. I'm not sure what the fans do when it rains, but I would hope everybody still comes out and shows up, really. And I think it's supposed to maybe rain at like 10 or 11, but then go away. I mean, you look at your phones, there's 50,000. Every time I look at my weather thing app and I hit it, it changes. I mean, it literally changes every time I see it, so I'm not really sure. So we'll see, but I don't think, hopefully it won't have any effect. I mean, it's not gonna have any effect on us. Unless there's lightning in the area. But other than that, we'll be out there. We'll be there. Hope everybody shows up.
Coach, on the radio, you kind of talked about the outline that you want to have for Saturday. Have you figured out and finalized what that's going to be?
Yeah, we stayed pretty much healthy today for as long as I know. You never know when we go in there. You know, and then tomorrow morning I always get an injury report as well. So tonight and tomorrow, so we'll see where everybody's at. But yeah, I mean, we're going to scrimmage and we're going to play and we're going to have some live football because I want to see these guys. Tonight's like a Thursday, right? So I want to see them be able to prepare, hydrate, eat, sleep, get the correct sleep. Tomorrow would be kind of like a travel day. And then Saturday's game day. This is the first opportunity we get to see them in a live game-like environment. Now, we had a scrimmage before of 118 plays, but that was kind of like practice. Now we've got a pregame routine they got to go through full. They got the pressure of the actual game day. A lot of these guys haven't played before, haven't played a lot. So this is an opportunity to show what you've learned, right? Not only just how the culture has worked inside you, but how much better of a football player have you gotten, right? Now you get to prove that to us. They get to show us what you can do. So I'm really looking for guys to really break through some ceilings on Saturday, and I expect a lot of guys to do that. So it'll be a lot of fun to watch them. You know, Saturday's for them.
Are you going to score it or anything like that?
You'll see. I have a very unique way of scoring. whoever I feel deserves some points on that board, we're going to give them some points, you know, because I think that's important, you know. But in terms of only having 5 linemen and really keeping score and saying this team beat that team, we're not deep enough. We don't have that, and I don't want anybody getting any false sense of things. So I have a unique way of scoring different things. I've scored spring games differently. Defense is going to earn some points. Offense is going to earn some points, but we'll go 1s versus 1s, 2s versus 2s, 1s versus 2s, 2s versus 1s. We'll do some unique things with some special teams. We'll do some tackling drills. You know, we're just going to kind of show our fans, you know, just a plethora of things. You know, we're going to be very eclectic on Saturday, and especially just depending on how we come out of today.
Shannon, Merrick, any update on those guys?
Yeah, not sure if they're going to go on Saturday. We'll find out. I think they're both recovering really well, but I just don't know if we want to bring them back just yet. So I think they're both very important as we go forward, and if there's anything that can further them being out if they do get dinged, then I don't want to do that. I'm not going to risk that at all. No, we're shallow enough in terms of our depth. We're not deep enough. We don't need to lose any more that way.
At the end of practice, when they're going to run or they're going to do make a field goal, for example, what are the goals there? I'm just curious.
Well, just being able to perform under pressure. You know, there's got to be, okay, if you don't do this, this happens. So if you don't make a field goal at the end of a game, we lose. If we're down 2 or we're down 1 and we're tied and we don't make it, we either tie and go into overtime or we lose. Like, that pressure's always got to be felt. Even during warm-ups, I don't want our guys to ever feel comfortable. They have plenty of time throughout practice to feel comfortable, and they're doing different things on their own and working the fundamentals and details. But we're talking about competing. Specialists are just like football players. I mean, they're the same thing as our middle linebacker and our safety. It's the same thing. So we've got to get them to perform in an incredibly high level and incredibly high pressure situations. And listen, I've been a part of being a head coach when we have hit one up the upright in overtime for an extra point. And it's a gut-wrenching feeling. But we had the same guy come back and fail, and then boom, win us a few games, right? And same thing with a freshman kicker. We've done some unique things with him back at Western Michigan, where all of a sudden he gets in a game and wins the game outright, but he had to fail a lot to get there. And so we're going to create some uncomfortable situations to help them grow into the future as they continue to get better. So when they do get put in those positions, they can say, I've been here. The worst thing you want to do as a kicker is say, I've never been here. I wonder what this is going to be like, you know? We want to create those situations any way we can.
Towards the end of spring practice here, is there anyone that stands out to you as a surprise or having really elevated?
I don't know if there's a surprise, but I'm going to continue to bring up Jacob Huff. I even told him, I said, I have 4 children, they all have Huff jerseys. I'm not afraid to say that. They're going to have Huff jerseys. I mean, that guy, he continues to give and serve. He's a leader on our football team. He does all the right things. He has energy all the time. He's constantly bringing people together. He's a servant of a lot of things. He's just exactly what Row the Boat's all about. He's embraced the culture. I mean, just embraced it. There's no coincidence. He's making play after play after play. Every day. You've been out there, Andy. I mean, you've been out there, Joe. Like, every play, that kid's, every day, that kid's making plays. There's been one day he hasn't made plays. There's nothing by coincidence. So I think he's done an outstanding job. I think Rodney Smith's done a fantastic job, because we're really low on depth in running backs, especially with Shannon now. He's got to take the load. You know, I think he's grown tremendously from practice 1 till now. I would say, as a whole, our offensive line. You watch our practice, you see how intense they are and how fast they go and how conditioned you have to be. And there's only some of them 4 times, 5 times, 4 of them, 5 of them, 6 of them. That's it. Max was 6. And to be able to do what they've done has been pretty inspiring for our entire football team. So those are some guys that have stood out to me. Kamal Martin is standing out. You know, those guys are doing a tremendous job. So.
Celestin still on that list?
In terms of?
Like guys that are, a couple practices ago, he was somebody you mentioned.
Oh yeah. If I mentioned them before, they've been standing out. It wasn't like 1 or 2 practices they stood back out. They've been standing out. Yep, John's been an incredible leader. And again, still these guys have to continue to push and challenge themselves. They get pushed incredibly hard in our culture and program for all 4 areas. And every day is not the same. It's completely different than the day before, and they have to constantly adapt to those types of things.
You guys good?
Thanks for coming again, everybody. I really appreciate the spring. It's been a lot of fun. So thanks for everything.